Much love, my brothers and my sisters, and my soldiers and soldierettes. Salute. Welcome to another EBX discussion. And I hope you calling down protection, because I am, from my great creator. One has to keep us protected, because like I say, you never know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. So I call down that protection from my great creator, for ourselves, from ourselves, and always give honors to those that have passed in the past, present, or future via my dad, may he rest in peace and in power. I give honor to my mom, which is still alive, vibrant, and strong. I give honor to my grandparents. May they rest in peace and in power. To anyone in my family which has passed, may they rest in peace and power. Those that was close to my family, other than those that I had just mentioned. I always keep that in my spirit, in my energy, because it keeps me grateful, and it keeps me staying aware of life. When I keep those in my spirit, and any of you that have family members, or anyone you held dear that have passed, may they rest in peace and in power. And that's how you keep that energy going, and that's how you keep that energy flowing. And welcome, and thank you for joining in, taking time out of your day to come in, as I said, to another EBX discussion. And we're going to discuss my book, Unlocking the Vault, Part 2. And some joined in last video. I did Part 1. And, you know, it's good to write. It's good to read. It's good to take your mind to new heights and get out of your comfort zone and do things to feed your mind. Keep those neurons pumping. Always looking to do new things and get stronger, better, faster. You know what I mean? Real talk. So when I last was, and also I want to say that last time I talked about my book, Unlocking the Vault, I showed my face, and I was going to do a visual. I was going to do a camera shot, and but my camera is messing up, so you know, I still wanted to discuss my book and send out that good energy to my brothers and sisters. You know, with the power of Malcolm X, by any means necessary. I took that to heart when I first heard that quote. And so when you want to push out that good energy, and you're passionate and you're determined and you're persistent, you will continue on the journey and you will continue on your mission no matter what. One must stay firm and stay strong and stay steadfast. And that's for my brothers and my sisters. And something you'll hear me say a lot. I will always, my main target, my main focus will be the hearts, the minds, and the souls of the young and old until the day I transition. So with that being said, last time I was talking about my book, I had left off page 3. I had mentioned that I had went 5 pages in, and I read 3 pages. So I'm gonna start in on number 4, and thank you and welcome. And let's raise our vibration. Let's go. And I'm gonna lead off the last page I read, which was part 3. Remember I said extract the needed tools of the past, because some things from the past we do learn from. And with that being said, I want to mention another quote from Malcolm X. Now, I have it written down. I might say it a little backwards, just being honest, but I'm gonna say it, and here it is, like this: if you know what is and you know what was, you know what's to come. And that's a quote. I might have mixed it around and said it different, but it goes something like that. And that's what keep me rooted. And when it's a lot of depth to that. When he said that phrase, that quote, it's a lot of deep meaning to that. In other words, stay focused. When you know yourself, when you know your body, when you know your mind, when you know your spirit, you can deal with any challenge. You can fight and win and beat any challenge. And once you are very, very super self-aware, like I always say, self-awareness is the best education. Once you have reached that super self-awareness, you can withstand any storm because you have studied yourself and studied on coming up ways with having solutions to problems, the so-called problems. Always be looking to be the solution and not the problem. And that's why it's good to read and write and research and study and figure out things instead of doing things the old traditional way, whether it's dealing with a relationship, male or female, or you're dealing with children, family. When you study yourself and others in a more deeper way, you figure out better ways, almost easier ways to deal with every challenge. Because when you keep yourself even in balance, you know every challenge is going to be different. But when you're smooth and you have that power within, you're able to deal with it as it comes. Because you've studied this and you put in time in this and you're persistent and you're thinking positive and being rational. And that's what unlocking the vault is all about. Sticking to logic, knowing, not believing, and sticking to truth. No matter, even if it hurts, the truth is always the best. Truth is not easy sometimes, but in the end, you will win. And I'll go right back to that quote from Lauryn Hill, my favorite quote. You ladies and gentlemen, will probably hear me say a lot. You can't win if you're not right within. So let's get back to the book, Unlocking the Vault. And we're going to start we're on page 4. Remember I said 5 pages. Okay, and this is the beginning of 4. Communication is the key to healing anything toxic, dysfunctional issues and impure thoughts. Studying our everyday thoughts and impulses. And yeah, it's very important to study our everyday thoughts and impulses because the body follows the mind, something you hear me say a lot. And you always hear me talk about impulses because that is most of the world's biggest issue and challenge. I'll say challenge is our impulses. And it's a very challenging thing in the black community, but it's everywhere. But I'm black, so I'm talking about the black community, our impulses. We really have to work on our impulses. That's what gets us in trouble. Okay, moving on. Will determine, okay, when our body follows the mind. How we think will determine how we live mentally, physically, and of course, spiritually. The 3 most important gifts and tools we need to remain stable is when we study ourselves physically, and we study ourselves mentally, and we study ourselves spiritually. We have to break up the 3 and study the 3 individually because different things happen at different times, or everything happens at a certain time. Everything happens, according to the laws of attraction. It depends on your spirit and what kind of individual you are, how you handle things and how you react to things and how things come back to you and how karma will treat you. Because remember, karma can be good or bad. So that's why it's good to keep that good energy even through the storms. And that's another thing. That's, like I said, that's what unlocking the vault is all about. You got to be willing to go deeper and read and ask questions. Okay, now that was the end of page 4. The 3 most important tools we need to remain stable, to be able to study our physical, study our mental, and study our spiritual. All right, I'm going over to page 5. And thank you, brothers and sisters that are still with me, listening to me, bear with me. And this is page 5. When dealing with a serious challenge, it is important and that one takes time to him or herself to create a solution to the challenge. That means I've said this before, and this is a quote from the great Dave Chappelle. You probably hear me say this again. You can't see the elephant if you're standing too close. So that's what that little line right there means. It says, take time to him or herself to create a solution to the challenge. However long, it depends on the situation, how long time you have to take. However long it takes you to power up. Okay. Sometimes this can be uneasy but effective, because this will keep negativity from coming to you, trying to get to you. You'll see it before it comes. It's always wise to exercise positivity, because when you lose yourself in positivity, you don't see negativity unless you need to see it to respond to it, to try to change that challenge if it could be changed. Positivity keeps one true to him or herself, and individuals that are toxic won't stand a chance against one's power when they're positive. Positivity can sometimes save your life. The truth is life, and a lie is death. Literally. A lie is why the world is in the state that it's in. A lot of it. Because, some people think a small lie can turn into a big lie. Now, and that was the end of page 5. And thank you for those that joined in. And I'll be coming back, and I haven't figured out how many pages that I'm gonna make, but I know I wanted to do at least 5 more pages. I'm just going with my spirit. That's what you have to do, ladies and gentlemen. Go wherever your spirit takes you. So that's what I'm doing. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. If it's in the right place, you're a righteous brother or sister. Follow your heart, and you'll go down that right path. You will know if you are meant to be where you are. If you follow your heart, if you are righteous, not sneaky or a snake. I mean, really trying to be the best of yourself. The Creator will show you signs that you are where you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to go. And another thing that I wanted to mention as far as books, sometimes the books that we read choose us. We don't choose the books. And that's the beautiful thing about opening your mind and expanding it and willing to do different things. You will find yourself doing things that you never thought you would do, as far as getting out of your comfort zone and being yourself and loving those around you and just doing you if you're a righteous brother and sister, and righteous things will come to you. Creativity will come to you. Ideas, righteous brothers and sisters will start to come into your life. The Creator always watch over the righteous and always protect the righteous. So, all right. Now, like I said, sometimes the books that we read choose us. We don't choose them. With that being said, it's a book that I had started reading, and it's by Paul Langan, and it's Paullangan, and it's called Schooled. And it's about a young brother that's come up in a challenging childhood, young black man, and also has in the course of the story, it talks about young female teens too, young black ladies also within the course of the story. But the main character in the story is a young gentleman named Lionel. If I said his name right, it's Lionel. And it's a very good book, and it's good. I think it'll be a good book for the young youth, because it's dealing with a young black man. He's in school and dealing with, his mom is always at work, and I read some of the pages, but I wanted to start over because I wanted to share it with you, brothers and sisters, because it's a very good book, and I think it's worth sharing, and it's good to read. And and I have children, so every now and again, sometimes they might listen. So I try to, they're reaching their teenage. They're almost teenagers. So, and I do have a 6-year-old, but he's very intelligent. I mean, this generation is so intelligent. So I'm going to help in their process of keeping their mind sharp. Reading keeps your mind sharp. Writing and eating right and getting rest. Anything that you can do to keep your mind sharp, brothers and sisters, do it. But reading, writing is one. It's many tools, many things you can do to keep those pistons firing. But reading is a surefire way to keep your mind sharp. And so this is chapter 1 of this book called School. And I'm just going to read one page of it and maybe a little bit of page 2. But I just think it's interesting. And his name is Lionel. He's the character. And he's in class now. And it starts out. And the teacher asks him, Lionel, can you read the poem to us? Now she's still telling him to read the poem. This is the beginning of the book, the story. And he says, Lionel Shepherd cringed actually when she asked him. It was the third time Miss Henley, which is the teacher, the English teacher, at Bluford, Bluford, Bluford High School, called on him today. First, she'd asked him to define what the American dream was. Lionel joked, that is what happened when everybody in the country was sleeping. Dontrell Neves, his classmate and friend since second grade, laughed out loud. You tripping, Elle? He whispered. Miss Henley smiled and moved on, but she returned a few minutes later, pressing him with another question. She even circled to the back of the row where he sat, stopping just a few feet from his desk. Her eyes beamed through her glasses. I'm flipping to page 2. Like two bright headlights focused on him. So as an American citizen, Lionel, what is your dream? Lionel wanted to ask her why she was always picking on him. It had been going on since he started his freshman year, a month ago. Tamar Coles, his friend from the car wash where he worked weekends, would have told her off right there in the middle of the class. So I'm gonna stop right there, but you can see it's getting interesting, and it looks like it says he's working at a car wash. Yeah, and I'll come back and I'll read some more chapters to this book and mine also. But I'm gonna stop right there. But I just thought that was interesting. If you ladies and gentlemen are interested, the book is called School by Paul Langan. Very good book. And I read the illustration. I think he might have wrote a lot of other books. And this is a very good book. And so yes, like I said, my brothers and sisters, young and old, whoever deemed to be encouraged and raise your vibration and sharpen your brain, do things outside of your comfort zone. Always stay positive. The truth is not easy, but it's always best. And always ask questions and keep yourself rooted and stable and balanced, and stay self-aware. And that's what Unlocking the Vault is all about. Keep it unlocked. Stay protected and protect your family. And that is my real thought, and that is my positive thought. And I'll probably be back with a part, like I said, I will be back with a part 3 of Unlocking the Vault. And I'll read some more of this other book also. And salute to Paul Langan. I hope I said your name. I said his name right. If I didn't, I apologize. But I salute to that brother that made this book. Very good book. And I will be sharing it with you, brothers and sisters. Keep your mind sharp, brothers and sisters, and soldiers and soldierettes out there, staying strong. And I give honor to my children, their mothers, and my family, and your family. And to all the brothers and sisters, may you have peace in your part of the world, wherever you are, right now. Till part 3 of Unlocking the Vault, I will see you then. But this is part 2. Thank you for joining in. Salute. Have a great, strong one.